here we are again, Bay and Giggles fam. So, today we're going to make some zucchini bread. How about that? Alright, so let's get started. So I'm going to go over the ingredients. So here I have the 3 cups of flour. I have the 2.5 cups of sugar. I'm sorry, that's 1.5 cups of sugar. Have some pecans. I have 3/4 cup of oil. I have 2 eggs, large eggs. I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and you all remember the vanilla I like to use. That's the from Dominican Republic. And I have a splash of almond in here as well, almond flavor extract. Then here I have cinnamon and nutmeg. Cinnamon is 2 teaspoons. The nutmeg is 1/4 teaspoon. Then I have 2.25 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then here's my mixture of my the zucchini as well as carrots I kind of sprinkled in there. And I shredded both of those myself. Once you shred it, you have to squeeze out the water, okay, the excess water. And then I spread it out, let it kind of dry out a little bit. All right? Okay, so first we're going to work on our wet ingredients. So let's whisk our 2 eggs, okay? We're going to whisk these 2 eggs up just like that. And then we're going to add in our sugar, okay? And let's get that going. We're going to keep whisking that up, all right? Make sure everything get in there together, okay? Excuse me. Now I'm going to add in the oil. And this is avocado oil that I'm using, just in case I forgot to mention that, all right? And so let's mix that in. Get it all incorporated, okay? It might take just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not using my KitchenAid this time for this, okay? All right, now that we have that pretty mixed in here, you see that? Now we're gonna add in our vanilla and our almond, all right, extract. And you see how thick that was. You remember I mentioned that when I was doing the cake. I hope you all were able to try that 7-Up pound cake, but I made it with Sprite. I hope y'all were able to try that out. It was so good, y'all. It didn't last a whole day in my house. All right, so we got our wet ingredients pretty incorporated, okay? So I'm gonna move that to the side. In front. Now let's work on our dry ingredients. So we're going to dump in the baking soda and the salt along with our spices, okay? All right, so let's get that all incorporated, okay? And as we mix this, oh my goodness, y'all, you can smell that cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh, it smells so good. Whoops, it smells so good together. I got a little too excited. Okay, so now that that's all mixed well, now we're gonna, and I did wash my hands before, we're gonna add in our zucchini into our dry flour mix, okay? And you just, don't be shy, put it all in there, okay? And the key is to keep it mixed while you have to make sure all of that zucchini and carrot is covered with flour, okay? So that's the key. So move that out. Thank you, babe. Now, so let's just start mixing that in together, okay? And you keep doing it until flour is completely covering your zucchini and carrots, all right? Just keep getting it mixed in. You know, I started liking baking because my mom, she was an awesome baker. She still is. And so people would beg her to bake bread or cakes or pies, cookies, things like that for them. And so that's when I started loving to do baking. So, all right, you see how that's all covered up now? You see that? You see that? All right, now I'm gonna add those nuts in last. Well, I'll go ahead and add them in now, actually. Might as well. Go ahead and just dump them on in there. All right. Now, what we're going to do is, now we're going to take our wet ingredient, okay? And I'm going to keep, you know, you mix it one last good time. And now we're going to cover our, let me get this back in where you all can see what I'm doing, okay? Let's scoot this back like this. All right, now we're going to cover it with our wet ingredient, okay? Oh, it smells so good. I smell the cinnamon and the vanilla, that nutmeg, and then I'm also smelling that almond. Oh, it smells so good. So now we're going to fold the wet ingredient in with the dry ingredients until we have it all the way incorporated, okay? So this might take a little time, but that's okay. You just keep working with it. And you keep working with it. I know it might not look like it's gonna all get tied in there, but it will. You just have to keep working with it. Like that, okay? Now, this does take a little arm strength. You have to have a little arm strength. I count this as a workout. I'll do the other side. That way I'm even. But, okay. Let's just keep on, okay? Now, you can't be scared to get your hands dirty when you're in the kitchen. That's why you either wear gloves or you definitely keep your hands washed at all times, okay? Because eventually I'm going to have to use my hand to clean, my fingers to clean this off, all right? Just like that. And then we're going to keep stirring it, folding it in until it's completely mixed, okay? All right. We're going to keep at it, okay? Because you want to make sure it all has that, the wet ingredients mixed in, so you want to have part wet, the other part's dry. You know, who wants that? You see how that dry ingredients kind of hide in the middle? That's why you keep folding it in until it's all mixed in. All right? All right. Now let me scoop this off. We're going to scoop this part off. Okay. And then sometimes I just use both of them. So I'm just trying to get it all mixed together well. All right. And you see how we're starting to see all of it's almost pretty much covered. That's what you wanted. And with the liquid ingredient, that's the consistency we're looking for. But you just keep at it until all of it's like that. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to set that one down. And we are almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Just have to have a little patience. Just a little patience. That's all it takes. This isn't hard. It's actually pretty simple. You just pace yourself, get your ingredients all together first, and then you start putting everything together. If you're new at doing this, that way you know you won't leave nothing out. Okay? Look at that. So it is pretty much all mixed in, y'all. This is what we're wanting. Okay? All right. Now we're going to make sure, you have to make sure your loaf pans are greased, okay? That's very important because you don't want nothing to stick. So you make sure your loaf pans are greased, and you make sure your oven's on, and your oven needs to be on about 350, okay? And so we're going to get these into our loaf pans. Now, all right, so we're going to scoop this up. Scoop this up, okay? And we're going to fill them up halfway. This is enough. This is enough to make 2 loaves, okay? So we're just filling it up halfway. All right. Now we're going to get our other loaf pan, and we're going to scoop this up. Okay? We're going to fill it up halfway. All right? Like I mentioned, y'all, it takes some strength. Because this is pretty loaded. Okay? But that's how we like it. We want it to be full of yum yum. And y'all, this recipe is so good. My grandkids, our grandkids enjoy it. Every time I eat it, they make it. They want more and more, as well as our children. So this is a very yummy recipe. All right, so now I think I've scooped up as much as I could out of this bowl here. So now what we're going to do, like we do with the cake, you kind of shake it. Okay? Shake it like that. Kind of hit it one time. Same with this one. You shake it. Kind of hit it one time. All right, now they are ready for the oven. Okay, so we are going to put them in the oven as soon as our oven is ready. All right, and so we'll be right back. All right, hang in there, y'all. Hold on. Y'all, so this the zucchini bread ended up cooking for about 50 minutes, give or take, on 350 degrees. So it's going to depend on your oven as far as the temperature setting, if you need to do 350 or 375 or 325, as well as the time frame on how long you need your zucchini bread to cook. But for my oven, it's 350 for about 50 minutes, okay? All right, so what I did, I went ahead and took them out, and this is my little bamboo stick I'm going to use to make sure that they're done, okay? You just stick it straight in, look at that, and it is clean as a whistle. All right, so go ahead and flip. Whoa, it was ready. We flip it on out, and you see how it's brown? at the bottom, nicely toasted looking at the bottom on the type. Now depending on your sugar is going to determine if it's going to be a darker color or not. Some people might use a little molasses in theirs, so that'll make it a little bit darker as well. I use raw sugar. Some people use brown sugar or a mixture of both, okay? So let's go ahead and cut into it. How about that? All right, I'm gonna slide this one over. I'm gonna turn this like this, and let's go ahead. I love the ends. How about you all? I know some people don't like the ends. Bay likes the middle. He likes the middle, so. All right. Here it is, y'all. Voila. Look at that. You're able to see the pecan. You're able to see the zucchini and the carrot all mixed in there. You see that? You see that? Nicely toasted at the bottom. Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please try it. You'll love it. See you next time. Bye. Giggles out.